Folks, welcome back to another episode of Coffee, Tea, and Crime. Today we're going to look at tragedy at Red Lake. Red Lake Reservation is owned and occupied entirely by members of the Red Lake Band of the Chippewa Indians. Now, this reservation is not more than a couple of rock throws away from the Canadian border. Now, the incident we're going to talk about was, or is still, the largest mass homicide in history of Minnesota. Now, the suspect in this case was 16 years old. Now, in 2004, he had attempted suicide. He was being treated for depression, and now they were giving him Prozac, which is an antidepressant. This particular case was used as an argument against the use of Prozac for children and adolescents. The FDA had even published a warning in October of 2004 regarding increased suicides and violence among youths who took Prozac. I don't know where that argument stands today, but in any event, the suspect, his mind was in a dark place, and in 2005 it was going to get much darker. I don't know what the catalyst was that finally sent the suspect on his rampage, but it began on March 21st, 2005. Now, he went over to his grandfather's house. His grandfather was a longtime tribal police officer, well known in the community. Now, he was asleep in bed. Now, the grandfather's girlfriend was down in the basement doing laundry. Suspect came in the house. He was armed with a pistol. He went to his grandfather's bedroom and shot the grandfather to death. After killing his grandfather, he heard the girlfriend coming up the stairs. She was coming from the basement back upstairs with laundry, and he shot and killed her. My understanding from the resource material, he killed her on the stairs. Now, suspect took his grandfather's service pistol and his shotgun. He put on his granddaddy's Kevlar vest, and he headed up to Red Lake High School, senior high school, where he went to school. Now, the resource material talks about, the description of the suspect and how he did in school was from one extreme to the other. He was quiet, he wasn't quiet, he was a troublemaker, he was bullied by other students. I don't know what the real story is, but whatever it was, he decided that he was going to finish up his anger at his high school. Now, he goes to the high school driving his granddaddy's squad car. Pulls up, goes in the main door. And now this is according to the federal government, he arrived at 2:49 p.m. Now, less than 2 minutes after arriving, his first victim is the unarmed security guard at the front doors. He then enters a classroom. Now, the resource material gives a couple of different accounts. One, he either went to the classroom to see if there were students or teachers in there, any victims. The other story is that he saw a teacher with some students, and the teacher ran to this particular classroom with these students, and he forced his way in. In any event, he went into the classroom and he killed the teacher and 4 or 5 students. The resource material quotes 4 and it quotes 5. Now, according to the feds, he stayed in that classroom a minute and a half. And then for approximately 5 minutes, the suspect wandered through the school, taking pot shots into classrooms and shooting other students. So now he's killed his grandfather, the grandfather's girlfriend, security guard at the front door, a teacher, and he's killed 5 students. And he's wounded 5 more. So at about the 5-minute mark or so, which is not a real long time unless you're being shot at, but now according to the federal investigation, 8 minutes after the suspect went inside the school, tribal police officers and some conservation officers entered the building. They did exactly how they were trained. They went to the sound of the firing. And there's no doubt their intervention saved a lot of lives. And they did it the right way. So now the officers, there's at least 4 that I understand. They're working their way through the hallways trying to find the shooter. Generally, the only way you can find him, or the easiest way, is to hear the shot so you know which way to go. So they're going down the halls and they then engage the suspect and shots are exchanged. Now the suspect is hit 3 times according to the federal government. He's hit once in the lower back, once in the leg, and once in the right arm. Now the suspect, he hops into a closest classroom he can find to get away from the police shooting at him, and it's the original classroom where he killed the teacher and the students. Now while he's in there, he then decides he's going to end it all, and he kills himself. Now in all, the suspect fired 45 shots inside the school. Most of those were fired from his grandfather's pistol. Fed said additionally he fired 8 shots from the 12-gauge shotgun.